Hi guys, and welcome to prediction week 38. It's the last Premier League fixture of the season. Strange things can happen at the end of the season. You know, on the last game of the season, we've had some crazy fixtures over the years, and hopefully that continues this Sunday. All the games are at 3 o'clock this week, as it's the last game of the season. So we start with Liverpool versus Middlesbrough, and yeah, I got that wrong last week. Liverpool saying they usually struggle against the small sides. As I say, they're a bit of a hard team to predict. Liverpool, as I say, you don't know what team they're going to turn out, or how they're going to turn up, or how the other opposition are going to raise the game against them. But they did get a victory against West Ham last week. It's the last game of the season. They're at Anfield, so I think they want to put on a good show for the fans. I'm going to go Liverpool 2, Middlesbrough 0. Who have already been relegated, by the way. So there we go. We then have Watford versus Manchester City. And again, yes, I know Watford are at home, but Manchester City have more or less secured top 4 now. But I still think that Manchester City will be far too strong for Watford. I'm going to go Watford 1, Manchester City 3. As I say, it's been a bit of a up and down season for Manchester City, this season. They've lost some games that you thought they should have won. And on other times, they've looked really strong and look like they're the real deal. So maybe next season under Pep Guardiola, we'll see exactly what Manchester City are made of. And I always say give managers 2 seasons. Give them another summer transfer. Well, first of all, you say give them a season to let them see who's worthy to stay into the club and who's not good enough to be in your system. I think he's going to do that this summer, and they'll bring in who he wants. He'll get rid of who he doesn't want, and I think we'll see a different Manchester City next season. To tell you the truth, but for the game, 3-1 to Manchester City. The champions Chelsea facing Sunderland, who have already been relegated. It's the last game of the season. Yes, I know that they've got Arsenal next week in the FA Cup, so I don't think they're going to put a strong side out tomorrow on Sunday against Sunderland, but I still expect them to win quite comfortably. I'm going to go Chelsea 2, Sunderland 0. We then have Southampton versus Stoke. Arsenal absolutely battered Stoke last week. Really did not expect that. Again, it's a home team for Southampton. Again, they've had quite a good season, I thought. Every single year, they seem to sell their best players, and then they seem to do okay. The following season, everyone's like, oh, this is going to be the season where, Southampton struggle and, they're going to be down the bottom. Not at all. Every single year, they seem to be producing superstar after superstar. And, again, I think what I saw last week of Stoke and what I've seen of Stoke all season, again, I think Southampton are going to be too strong for Stoke. It's the last game of the season at home at St Mary's, so I'm going to go Southampton 2, Stoke 0. Then we have Arsenal versus Everton. As I say, the last couple of weeks since Arsenal's changed their system, they've looked quite impressive. They absolutely dominated Stoke last week. They dominated Sunderland actually on Tuesday. Just couldn't score past Pickford. Obviously, in the end, we did win 2-0. But yeah, that's not paper over cracked, guys. It's been an absolutely awful season for Arsenal. And they've started to come into form a little bit too late. And I think this will be the year that they do miss out on the top 4. I really can't see Liverpool losing to Middlesbrough at home. I can see Arsenal beating Everton. It's going to be tough, but I think Arsenal will beat Everton 2-1. But it's been a bad season for Arsenal, and I just fear that if Arsenal was to get into the top 4 and win the FA Cup next week, Wenger would look at that as a successful season. We all know what he's like. He'd think, oh, you know what, I lost to Crystal Palace this year. I've lost to West Bromwich Albion. We found ourselves 3-0 down against Bournemouth, but came back to draw 3-3. I've still got into the top 4 after all that, and I've won the FA Cup. Do you know what? I'm going to sign that 2-year contract. I don't think I've done too bad this year. I really don't want that to happen, because he needs to realise this has been an absolutely dreadful season. And what worries me more than anything is I don't think he actually thinks it's been a dreadful season. I think he blames it on injuries. he blames it on referees. It's the fans' fault. It's always somebody else's fault, you know, for when we've dropped points. You know, he was blaming West Ham last week against Liverpool, actually saying that West Ham had been on the beach. You know, they're on holiday, hence the reason they didn't get a result against Liverpool. I mean, that's just a poor little dig. Do you know what I mean? For your poor, you know, your poor tactics and your poor performances this year from your players. You know, but yeah, it's been a dreadful season for Arsenal, and I think if Arsenal don't get into the top four, which I think they won't, I think he'll be gone. I can't see Arsene Wenger being in the Europa League. I think once they finish out the top four, he'll think that he's passed it now. So, yes, we all know that he passed it like 8 years ago, but I think for him, if he doesn't get into the top four, this will be his last game next week against Chelsea. That's my personal opinion anyway. But for that game, I'm going to go Arsenal 2, Everton 1. And as I say, you know, Everton looks like they're going to finish 6th now. You know, 7th. Manchester United 6th. Looks like Everton are going to finish 7th now. And yeah, you know, again, another season with Koeman, give him another transfer. We'll see how Everton do next year. He's a very good manager. I wouldn't mind him at Arsenal. But, you know, they've had I think Everton's had a good season, to tell you the truth. We then have Hull versus Spurs. Hull have also been relegated. You know, Spurs, I didn't realise actually till I checked the full-time result yesterday that they battered Leicester 6-1. I mean, what a fucking result that is. I really didn't expect to see that when I clicked onto the live scores when I checked. But fucking hell, 6-1, you know, against Leicester. I don't think it'll be that tomorrow. But I do think they will, sorry I keep saying tomorrow, on Sunday. But I do think they will beat Hull. Quite come to. I'm going to go Hull 0, Spurs 2. We then have Leicester versus Bournemouth. Obviously, Leicester all want to bounce back after that dreadful defeat yesterday against Tottenham. Obviously, we know that Bournemouth aren't going to, you know, be that dominant. You know, they're a good side, Bournemouth, but I don't think they'd be that dominant. And actually, I'm going to go out of a bang with this one. I'm actually going to go for the game of the weekend on Sunday, and I'm going to go Leicester 2, Bournemouth 2. I think that's going to be one of the games, as I say, one of the games of the days. Going to be quite entertaining, quite end to end, and quite a worth a watch on Match of the Day. So let's hope my scoreline's anything to go by that. We then have Burnley versus West Ham, and yeah, as I say, you know, two teams that haven't really got anything to play for now, just playing for pride, you know. So yeah, for that I'm going to go Burnley 1, West Ham 1. We then have Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. Obviously, Manchester United probably won't put a full squad out again. They drew to Southampton on Wednesday. Southampton had a penalty, they didn't score it, so they could have lost that. I didn't watch the game, so I couldn't tell you if Manchester United were any good or not. But I can't see them putting a strong side out against Crystal Palace, knowing they've got this Europa League final, which could get them into the top four. So I'm going to go Manchester United 1, Crystal Palace 1. And the last game of the weekend is Swansea versus West Bromwich Albion. Again, two teams that are safe now. Swansea safe, West Bromwich Albion not really got much to play for. So again, I'm going to go Swansea 1, West Bromwich Albion 1. So that has been my predictions for this weekend, guys. The last fixtures of this season. To say it's been I think that this season's been a good season for me personally on my predictions video. Most of them have been thumbs up. I've had some very good comments down in the comment section below and on Twitter and occasionally on Facebook, you know, saying what a good job I'm doing, you know, and is there anything that I could do to update the things? Have I looked into updating anything? Well, this year I didn't do any like Google Hangouts this year to discuss any like personal matters like refereeing decisions or, you know, Arsenal or, you know, yellow card diving or anything like that, because my laptop was broke this year and I haven't had the money, you know, to to get it fixed or to get myself a new one. So that's something I'd like to bring back next year into the Premier League predictions video, like say in midweek or something. I'll change, you know, we'll do a subject on refereeing, or we'll do a subject on how their team's been going, how they want to analyse their team. So I think we'll bring that into it next year if I can get, you know, myself a new laptop and get this Google Hangout working again. So I think it's been quite a good successful season for me personally. not had too many thumbs down. I had one last week, and I had one a couple of weeks ago. But as I say, most of them have been thumbs up this year. But as I say, it's all down to it's up to you guys. You know what I mean? I'm not one of these people that get offended, you know. And to be honest with you, I prefer the thumbs down. To tell you the truth, I prefer people to thumb down than leaving nasty comments in the comment section below. So if you don't like the video, as I've instructed people before, and people have actually respected my wishes, you know, if you don't like the video, that's fine. Just thumb it down and just leave it at that. If you like it, again, the thumbs up will do enough for me. If you do want to leave a comment being positive, that's fine too. But as I've said to you before, if you're negative or if you're abusive, in the comment section below, that YouTuber will be blocked and the comment will be removed. So it's just something that I've done all, you know, in these last 2 years. I don't see why I should have to put up with it, to be honest. If you don't like the video, like I've said, that's fine. Just thumb it down. But just leave it at that. We don't need the comments. If, for instance, you thumb down a video and you give me some advice, you know, like, oh, I think you could improve by doing this, that, the other, I'll look into it. But yeah, anything abusive or anything like that, no, go away. Not having it. Blocked. So yeah, thank you for the support, guys. It's been an absolute honour doing these predictions videos. I really enjoy doing it, actually. You know, once a week. You know, doing these predictions and, you know, sometimes analysing teams. Sometimes analyse Arsenal a bit more than anyone else. That's it. But that's only because I'm actually an Arsenal supporter, so I know what I'm talking about a bit more with Arsenal than I do with other teams, because obviously I listen to every single game and watch every single game with us, you know, so I know a little bit more about Arsenal than I do that anybody else. So it's not a bias thing really, it's just that I can't really give much information on other teams because I don't really know that much about them, to be honest. So that's a bit of honesty from me to you. So to say, thanks for the support, guys, and I'll see you in the summer, and we'll start the Season 3 of Premier League Predictions video. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a lovely summer, and as I say, I'll see you in August. Thank you for watching, guys.